President Trump will be meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Wednesday. The two leaders will be discussing U.S. nuclear negotiations with Iran. Joining me now to discuss these developments is former Ambassador James Jeffrey, Distinguished Fellow at the Washington Institute. Ambassador, great to have you back with us. So President Trump set to meet with the Israeli Prime Minister at the White House on Wednesday to discuss these negotiations with Iran. What do you see as President Trump's strategy and intent with the Israeli Prime Minister?
Well, thanks for having me on. First of all, President Trump knows that his actions, Israel's, the Biden administration's, other countries in the region over the past 2 years have decisively defeated Iran and its proxy network. What he's trying to do now is to build on it to get a comprehensive nuclear agreement that will end forever Iran's nuclear threat. The Iranians are balking. President Trump is going to talk with Netanyahu about what the parameters of some kind of less than perfect deal might be that Netanyahu can live with, but also what the military actions might be if, in fact, the Iranians do not cooperate, because President Trump, unlike in the past, is using military presence, this Armada, as he calls it, to put the Iranians under pressure. They're balking at this, but this isn't over yet.
Ambassador, what does, complete neutralization of the Iranian regime look like? And it does sound like that's what President Trump is seeking.
Well, in terms of the nuclear program, it means no enrichment. In terms of the Iranian regime, it means its overthrow. But President Trump does not have the military capability, short of an invasion with hundreds of thousands of troops, to do that. And that's one thing he has sworn not to do, and I am absolutely sure he will not do so.
Now, there's a British human rights organization that's now reporting that Iran's internet control relies on Chinese-made technology, including facial recognition tools, similar to those used against persecuted groups inside of China. What do we know about Iran's digital surveillance capabilities, and what are the broader implications of the idea that a state should have absolute control over its internet within its borders?
Well, that's exactly what you have in China. China has a massive surveillance capabilities over its citizenry, and the Iranians are envious. They want to have the same, and the Chinese, unfortunately, are trying to help them. This is something where American diplomacy with China may be able to help. The Chinese are susceptible to pressure if it doesn't involve their key and core interests, and helping Iran surveil its own population is not a key Chinese interest.